The next few days are quiet. You are listless and pale. You never finish your meals and don't sign unless I directly ask you a question. You return to staying on the mattress unless you need to get up for your meals or the bathroom. It is like you are adrift in the sea with no breeze to carry your sails, and the mattress is your boat. Stagnant and yet unmoored and waiting. Avoiding the predator that paces lazily back and forth in the boundless ocean of danger surrounding you. I cannot entice you to swim, no matter what nice things I bring you, no matter what nice things I sign to you. I will let you sulk for a while, just as a child with their tantrum, coming to a realization that even when you strike out, you will still be firmly put in your place. Once you've been reprimanded, you have done what has been asked of you begrudgingly, obediently, and more than a little robotically. It will get easier over time for you to let me do the thinking for both of us. It will give you a freedom that you can't even fathom. I don't punish you by taking anything away, nor do I change your meals. If this surprises you, you don't let on. I have to directly ask you a question for you to answer. You don't meet my eyes, but rather keep me in your peripheral so as you don't miss what I'm saying. You move over to your designated place beside me on the bed when the time for watching television comes around. I wasn't sure if you would resort to distancing yourself from me. Perhaps leaving the safety of your floating island of safety to escape me. But you don't. You truly are a marvel. Truly innocent. Naive. I fucking love it. We resume our pattern as it was. You even changed to short sleeves in the evening when you lay beside me and put your arm over me, as though to show that you are unarmed and have no weaponry. During these days, you are resigned. I had originally craved this part of you, but I crave all parts of you. All parts and all pieces. Pieces that haven't been smoothed out. Broken pieces that are sharp. I'll make you fit the mold if you need to. I don't mind. All pieces of you are loved equally by me. There are things that a recently broken person will do everything automata. It was like watching a shadow of yourself take your place while you again turned inward and thought loudly into the echo chambers of your mind. During this time, I can guide you to engage in behavior that you hadn't previously. Whether kissing you or pulling you into my arms while on the bed. You accept these as writ and react accordingly. The only problem with this is my own response to these things. If I didn't do these things with an accelerated pace, I found the mask slipping on its own. Doing this fed what the shadows inside me considered a drug, and I found myself pressing for more. My brain quickly turned being able to touch you and being able to kiss you into more than a want, into more of a need. It became priority. At first, it was nothing I couldn't avoid. I just found myself irritable if I went too long without you. But it quickly became something unstable and unmanageable. It was the dire and unsatiable fucking equivalent to being without water for too long. Everything began to hurt. My head began to pound. My heart began to beat faster, but only to move the sludge that was once blood through my system. If one went too long without, the ending was simple. I felt I would die. I am very aware that this was all psychological and pathological. I knew you would become a weakness for me, and I had welcomed it. The reward system in my brain would fire off on all cylinders every time I had kissed you or got to touch you. It was telling me that it was more than worth it. And like a human being, I reasoned it was. The unquenchable thirst that poisoned my very veins and turned me into ash could only exist if you weren't willing to give me attention and love. Everything else was nothing, and all things paled in comparison to this. I was like a famished passenger on board that lone sailboat with you, instead of the predator pacing the waters below your mattress. I had somehow ended up stranded with you in my desire of. I am ready for the Spitfire to return whenever you find her within yourself again. For now, you are obedient and simply do as you are asked. You do as you were trained to, and when I test this one evening by not bringing down the popcorn as I did regularly, you still lay beside me on the bed. Your appetite has dwindled and the popcorn went uneaten by this point anyway. I take the opportunity in the evenings to brush your hair. While you are docile, I have to care for your idling mind as you rebuild your rebellious spirit and begin to think again of your next escape. I have you sit in front of me and let you watch the television as I do it. I can't help but feel peace right now. I gently take apart any tangles, and when your hair is shining, I have you lay down and rest your head in my lap. I watch you more than I watch the show as I continue to trace my fingers through your hair. Your eyes are closing, and it's not long before you are asleep. I am going to be everything to you, the way that you are to me. You may yet still be my ruin, but I seem to be enjoying it. I've seen your photo in the news and online. I was tempted to even buy a newspaper just so I could cut out the clipping and keep it for a while. I knew I would burn it and simply let the ashes rinse down the drain after a short period of time, but having a physical copy would satisfy my desire for a trophy. When the cops finally show up at my door, I slip my shoes off as I answer it. There isn't much time to react when they come. There was a very real possibility that they wouldn't come at all. Police were a mixed bag. Either they were on the ball, or they never caught on at all. They have come as I am making our lunch. I invite them in when they say it is about you, and we stand in the living room. They tell me that you are missing. I give them disbelief, and I start asking questions right away. They return with questions of their own, and I answer without hesitating. I explain that after we began dating, I realized that there were some things that I would have to change in my life and lifestyle for a deaf woman. That I wasn't ready to take on that responsibility at that point in my life. I explained that we broke up, and did so in person at your place. That we separated amicably. My phone's GPS will align with what I've said should they intend to come for me with a warrant for it. My phone is left behind when I used to go to your place while you were at work. I used a secondary burner phone that I put minutes on. The first officer takes this in stride, but the second officer is looking around curiously. I am grateful that I am moderately paranoid enough to do these things. The first officer requests information about the last time you and I spoke or saw one another. I tell him that I saw you at your place, that we broke up. I reinforce that it was amicable. This is the time whether or not I would find out that they had video doorbell proof. I doubted it, but considering the fact that I wasn't hauled out of my door into the station right away said a lot about their position. If they had the proof, They wouldn't waste time chit-chatting. And yet, they continue to do so. It seems they hadn't spoken to the elderly couple just yet, or perhaps the elderly couple was simply visiting or didn't live in your complex. I doubt they'd be able to describe me anyway. Witness statements were unreliable at best and entirely flawed at their worst. It was surprising that they accepted them from people at all, really. 3 people could be involved in the same incident, a mere 10 feet away from a shooter, and all 3 people would give completely different statements about how the perpetrator looked. I let the second officer pace through the living room, idling while looking over the shelves, looking for something amiss or out of place. He continues through the kitchen, seeing that I was preparing food, but as he starts to walk down the hallway, I stop him just before he reaches the door to my study. The monitors are still on, and the door is open. I don't want him to see you doing whatever it is that you are doing at this time. You're mine, and I don't like to share. And I don't want to share. I won't. I didn't want others to see you, especially not these assholes. It would end badly for these 2. And I really didn't feel like packing up and moving you and whatever else we might need at this moment. I'm sorry, could you not? I was okay with the kitchen and the living room because it's easier to clean, but you're still wearing your shoes and that's carpet. This is a shoes off home. The officer nods distractedly as he glances down at my feet, seeing only socks. It's interesting how people miss the most obvious clues despite them being right in front of them. He steps back into the living room where the hardwood flooring is. The second officer apologizes before going to slide his shoes off at the door. He intends to continue his search. It was not asked whether he could or not, but welcoming them in gave the police officers that age-old misconception. If you have nothing to hide. I feel the mask's presence more now than only moments before. I am suddenly very aware that the mask will be thrown to the side if this goes any other way than the way that I want it to. I am already contemplating where to take you, and that I will have to move the police car into the garage and switch cars as soon as possible. That way, when Ebola went out, it wouldn't attract any undue attention until they found the first car. And then the first officer stops his partner. The first officer thanks me for my time and asks me to call should I remember anything else. And they leave. It is that simple. And you, my sweet love, my dear love, downstairs, you are none the wiser. You haven't heard a thing. Hello, my loves. I don't know if you can notice, but I think the mic quality in the end card this time is a little bit different. I got a new mic. um, one of my patrons, uh, one of my patrons actually bought me a mic, and I don't know if they want me to say their name or not, but I will go ahead and thank them here anyway. So thank you so much to the patron who bought this for me. They bought me the they bought me. I'm still reeling. I still can't even imagine anyone spending that much money on me, if anybody. But they bought me the $200 mic that I was saving up for, and it's what's it called? It's the HyperX Quadcast. Yeah, that's what it's called. I had to look at the box. The box is still on my floor. I literally just unboxed this today. I'm already using it. The quality just sounds so much crisper. Do you guys like it? It's so much crisper, isn't it? I can lean into the mic and I can whisper in your ears and everything sweet. Anyway, uh, so yeah, um, crazy, I know. But hey, they had said to me that they really liked my audios, and honestly, thank you. On it's incredible, honestly. It's still crazy to me that you guys actually like my content. I mean, I don't I put a lot of work into my content. I put a lot of time and effort into it because I want to make sure it's good for you guys. And it's just crazy to me that all of my work has gotten to this moment. It's only really now just dawning on me that you guys actually love my content, and it's just kind of crazy to me. Um because I never really thought I would get this far. Um I'm still really and relatively new to the ASMRist roleplay scene in terms of actually making content, and it's crazy to me. It's I've been on the scene for I've been here since April. It's August. It's really crazy to me. So honestly, thank you guys so fucking much. I love and appreciate all of you. I really do. And it's so crazy to me that you actually love my content. So honestly, thank you. Thank you so much. Uh, I'm still reeling. It's such a good mic. I've been wanting this mic for a while. So anyway, I've been rambling for 4 minutes now, and I still haven't even gotten to the whole content creator bit. I'd like to thank my patrons Eco-Terrorist Thought, Crazy Cat, Voltus, Demetrius1610, Mr. Midnight, Aaron, Kru1001, Maple Brit, and Samantha. Thank you so much for being my lovely patrons. All of you are amazing. Nah. Ugh, I love every single one of you. And speaking of Patreon, I have my Patreon in my description and in my bio. If you want to join my Patreon, you can see a bunch of stuff. You can get early access content about a day before I post it onto YouTube. Those dates are Monday and Wednesday. And then on Thursdays, I post a 30 plus minute long audio for the week. Um, so that you patrons can experience it all by yourselves. Uh, so yeah, um, if that's not your cup of tea, I totally get it. Because I personally don't pay for a lot of Patreon like subscriptions anyway. Um, yeah, if it's not your thing, I totally get it. I'm not gonna blame you for it. Um, but if you could just share it with one person, that would mean the world to me. You guys already mean the world to me. So, honestly, if you could just do that, oh my God. Anyway, also one of my content creator friends also said to post a throne. My throne is like a wish list inside of my description. I did that like just because I really don't expect you guys to like even click on it. Um, I did it, just because. Honestly, I might get rid of it. I'm not entirely too sure. You guys spend entirely way too much money on it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and cut this because this is, I think, the longest outro I've ever done. It is currently 10:41 p.m., which is insanely early for me, considering I still have shit to do. Anyway, I love all of you. Make sure you drink water, make sure you eat food, and yeah, I love you guys. Mwah.